Okay, so if you've been on social media at all lately, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Babies. Babies with grown up voices, hosting their own podcasts, singing pop songs, giving some surprisingly deep takes on what's going on in the world. They are literally everywhere. And you can't help but watch, right? But what starts out as this fun, harmless trend, well, it actually leads us down a rabbit hole to some really serious questions about the tech making it all possible. So, here's what we're going to cover. We are going to break this whole thing down. We'll kick things off with the fun stuff, what this trend is all about, and how you can even make one of these videos. Then we'll shift gears and get into the nitty-gritty of the powerful tech you're actually using, look at the hidden dangers, see what's being done to fight the risks, and finally, we'll land on that big, tricky question of creativity versus responsibility. All right, let's jump right in. Why in the world has this trend completely exploded? I mean, what is it about seeing a baby holding a microphone that has so totally captured the internet's attention? You know, this quote really nails it. It's like the perfect storm. You've got this hilarious contrast, right? An adult voice coming out of a super cute baby, and on top of that, it just unlocks so much creativity for people. It makes making cool stuff super easy and fun for literally millions of people. No fancy equipment needed. Okay, so that naturally leads to the next question. How are people even making these? And you might be thinking, oh, I need some serious video editing chops for that. But you'd be wrong. It's actually way simpler than you think. Let's walk through it. I mean, it really just comes down to three basic steps. First, you grab an image. Could be a real photo or one you just type up a prompt for, like cute baby podcaster. Next, you just give it the audio. You can upload a voice recording or just type in a script and let the AI do the talking. And that's pretty much it. The app does all the heavy lifting, syncing the lips, animating the face, all that stuff. Then you just hit export and boom, you're ready to go viral. And yeah, there are a ton of different apps for this. You've got tools like Verbo AI, which is perfect for that podcast look. Then there's media.io, which is more about quick, fun filters. And now you're even seeing these super powerful new tools like Kling AI that can generate mind-blowingly realistic video, sound and all, from scratch. All right, so we've covered the fun stuff, what these videos are and how you make them. But now we need to pull back the curtain and talk about what's really going on under the hood. Because when you use one of these apps, it's not just a cute filter. You're tapping into something way, way more powerful. So what is this stuff? I mean, what is this powerful AI that can take a still photo, match it with a voice, and make it look like a real person or baby is talking? How does that even work? Well, the answer is a word you've probably heard before. Deep fake. And yeah, that word sounds a little scary, and honestly, for good reason. But all it really means is any kind of media, a picture, a video, some audio that's been tweaked or created by AI to look real. And here's the kicker. That means every single one of these talking baby videos is, by definition, a deep fake. So how does the magic happen? Well, this gives you a pretty good idea. A lot of the time, the tech behind it is called a generative adversarial network, or a GAN for short. The best way to think about it is like two AIs locked in a competition. You've got one, the generator, and its job is to create the fakes. And then you have the other one, the discriminator, trying to call it out and spot the fake. And every time the discriminator catches a fake, the generator learns from its mistake and gets better. It's this constant back and forth that forces the fakes to get scarily realistic really, really fast. And this is where our fun little explainer takes a much more serious turn. Because once you see how powerful this tech is at creating fakes, you have to talk about the dark side. Beyond the cute baby videos, deepfakes are a huge and growing problem. Okay, let's just talk numbers for a second to get a sense of the scale here. Back in 2023, there were about 500,000 deepfakes shared online. The projection for 2025? 8 million. That is just staggering growth. So this tech isn't just getting better, it's spreading like wildfire. And if that number wasn't shocking enough, check this one out. According to the European Commission, a jaw-dropping 98% of all deepfake content online is non-consensual pornography. Let that sink in. While we're all laughing at the funny baby videos, the vast, overwhelming majority of this tech is being used for something incredibly harmful and malicious. And the real-world harm is absolutely devastating. We're talking about massive financial fraud. Like that company that lost over $25 million because of a faked video call? We're talking about our own privacy. Your photos, your kids' photos, scraped from social media and used to create humiliating or abusive content. And this is the most disturbing part. The exact same technology that makes a baby sing a pop song is being used by predators for grooming and to create completely artificial yet horribly realistic child sexual abuse material. It's a nightmare for law enforcement. Okay, so the risks are obviously huge and terrifying. So the big question is, what are we doing about it? Well, the good news is there's a race to keep up. It's happening on a bunch of different fronts: tech, law, and education. On the tech side, there are really two main approaches. First, there's detection. That's building AI to try and spot the fakes. The problem, it's a constant cat and mouse game, and the fake makers are usually one step ahead. The other approach is prevention, stuff like adding invisible watermarks to content to label it as AI generated. But that only works if everyone uses it, and even then, those watermarks can often just be stripped away. Of course, governments are trying to step in too. The EU is really leading the way here with big pieces of legislation like the AI Act. What these laws do is force platforms to be more transparent, they have to label AI content, and they put pressure on them to fight the spread of illegal stuff. But here's the thing. Technology and new laws can only get us so far. The most powerful defense we have, honestly, might just be education. We're talking about AI literacy. We need to be teaching our kids, parents, teachers, everyone really, how this stuff works, how to get better at spotting fakes, and most importantly, how to think critically about everything we see online. It is absolutely essential. And that brings us right back to where we started, to the final and maybe the most important piece of this whole puzzle. This technology is here, it's powerful, it's easy to use, and it's not going anywhere. So the dilemma, well, it really lands on all of us. So I want to leave you with this question. Now that you know how easy it is to make these videos, but you also know the incredibly serious risks that come with the technology, where do we draw the line? Is making and sharing a funny talking baby video just some harmless fun? Or does it help normalize and spread a technology that, as we've seen, is overwhelmingly used to cause profound harm? In the end, this is the tension we're all living with. That line between what's real and what's digital is blurring so fast, it's hard to keep up. And yeah, that opens up incredible new ways to be creative and tell stories. But it also fundamentally challenges our shared sense of reality. The future of this isn't just about what the tech can do. It's about what we, as a society, decide to do with it.